White smoke poured from the Sistine Chapel today, signaling that 133 voting cardinals have reached a decision and have elected Robert Prevost as the next pope. Crowds in St. Peter's Square erupted in cheers as bells rang from the towering basilica, confirming that the cardinal electors, who have been inside since Wednesday, had reached a two-thirds majority decision on who will succeed Pope Francis. Dr. Christian Elia from the Catholic Civil Rights League has more on the new pope.
Okay, well, first of all, it's right away, all the headlines are going to be that they selected an American. Um, and, we talk about that and it's a lot of fun. But I don't really think that the cardinals are too concerned about nationality. I don't think they're actually very concerned about, ethnic or racial diversity either, to be quite honest with you, as we are in the corporate world or in the secular world. I think they're more interested in someone who's prepared to handle the job, who understands what it means to lead the Catholic Church, to be the vicar of Christ, to be the supreme pontiff. Based on their record, their scholarship, their potential, and also, quite frankly, what they may have said during the conclave, which we'll never know. Certain points and certain issues come up, and if a cardinal responds in a specific way that's agreeable to all their other brother cardinals, then that can go a long way as well. We see something here in this selection of a name. So I will mention too, yes, he's American, but he's also Peruvian. He's considered the most Latin American of all the American cardinals. Well, now he's the Pope. And he's a polyglot as well. I was watching coverage in French, and they consider him to be a francophone because his French is also excellent. We heard his Italian and his Latin are quite good, and obviously he speaks English very, very well. The choice of selection of Leo XIV can give us a little bit of a hint. Leo XIII was famous for his social teaching of the rights of workers, and Catholic social teaching, the document Rerum Novarum, how workers must not be exploited, and the dignity of labor. A very, very, very important document, and quite frankly, we haven't heard enough about. And we heard about it a lot with Pope John Paul II, too, in relation to the workers in Poland, right? And the solidarity movement and exploitation. And of course, that time, the huge communist threat. But, in our world today of the haves and the have-nots, we're going to perhaps see not a return to, but maybe an emphasis on Catholic social teaching as well. So it might not be the environment, it might not be any of what we consider hot button issues, but how about the number one issue that those of us here in the West and in the Northern Hemisphere are living large, and those in other places of the world would die just to have 10% of what we have for ourselves and our families. So, that might be there for us as well.